Hi out there in the YouTube world. This is part 2 of the Nakshatra series, and we're going to be going over Bharani. So it is the second division of Aries. So, and Ashwini, the first, being ruled by Ketu, is a lot more like logical, and because it's kind of more of like a Saturn energy. But Bharani is ruled by Venus, so it's much more emotional based. It still has the attributes of Aries, being whereas it kind of has that rushing into things and like having that like spontaneity, like in spontaneous energy. But they have a hard time controlling that energy sometimes and putting it into useful outlets and redirecting that energy. So it's the second division of Aries. Well, it's ruled by Mars, but its ruler is Venus. So it still has the energy of, as I said, Aries, but then it brings a little more emotionalism into it. Because Ashwini, the one previous, it had more of a Saturnian energy, which would be more based in logic and reason, as compared to Bharani being more emotional. Its symbol is the mouth of a womb, or like a vagina. It's an animal. Its animal is a male elephant, so like you have to remember that these symbols all signify attributes that are about that. So like they're very nurturing and caring because their ruler is Venus, so hence the womb. And they have very good memory, so like elephant. Like it's a combination of all of these different archetypes that give the total quality of the nakshatra. Its element is fire, and the myths associated with it are Lord Yama, or the god of death. So, because in their lifetimes, they're going to go through lots of periods of transformation based upon events and things that have happened in their life. But they will always have the ability to like rise above them and to like learn and actually go through like great transformational like self changes in their personality, to which they evolve as a being. The main ideas to be attributed to Bharani are the truth and power to withstand a great onslaught of great force, forbearance and endurance, and that is the maker of saints. So they will tend to, much like Aries, like just the general sign, is known for like rushing into things, and like they, which can be seen as a very good thing, where it's like enthusiastic and spontaneity. But at the same token, it can lead to like great hardships because of the aspect of not thinking things through before just going along with things. And they're very like affected by people around them, like especially emotionally. Like they'll get swept into situations which, on their own accord, they might not even like be like that. It's just that they can be kind of malleable depending on the people that they're around. And traits that are associated with them is that they never pretend or lie, and that they despise or hate people that are like fake. They're very eager, and they have lots of enthusiasm, and they want to live life to the fullest. They have a supporting nature, but they can't handle their own energy at times, and they can get confused when making decisions. So with that spontaneity and like that spontaneous energy, they have a hard time focusing it. They can become easily overloaded and overwhelmed. They possess artistic talents. They respond to instinct rather than reason. It's because of the Venus, as I mentioned earlier. They have great inner strength. So like anything that they have gone through, they will rise above. They go through huge transformations in life when learning to channel their energy. And once they have learned to channel that energy to positive work, then they can have extremely awesome results. But they can be irresponsible because of like having bad guidance, which I mentioned earlier, like how they can be emotionally led astray depending on what group of people they are associating with at that time, because they're impulsive. And there's suppressions of things that they don't want to deal with or that they can't handle. So like there's like a repressive nature. Because they can't handle restraint, discipline, or self-control, for self-improvement and spiritual transformation. But they're very kind and loving people. It's just that, like, they tend to, like, get the sharp end of the stick most of the time in life. And it's actually just because they are very kind people that people tend to walk all over them. And especially because Venus, like, even more so than Ashwini. Because Ashwini had Ketu, which is, like, really, really logical and very much like Saturn in the aspect of being, like, based in reason and logic and, like, higher education and, like, that kind of, that nature. But when you have Venus there, it's much more easily led astray, especially with emotions, like, combining, like, spontaneity with emotion. Like, but yeah, they tend to have also very large expressive eyes, medium-sized lips, and beautiful smile. So that's kind of them in a nutshell. And I'll see you in part 3, which is Critica. And then we'll continue the series. So this is your sign. I hope that this helped to give you some information, or if you know someone with their sun or moon or their ascendant, or, like, if they have, like, a stellium or something going on in a nakshatra, it can even, like, amplify the traits of the nakshatra. But yeah, hope that this gave you some insight. Mwah. See you then. Bye.